Bernard Hopkins runs down on Bill Haney for calling him a cat burglar. Let's talk about it. People was like kind of confused on why Bernard Hopkins ran down on Bill Haney last night. And people forget that Bill Haney did that interview, and I think Bernard Hopkins was kind of taking the Ryan Garcia side over Devin Haney about a year or two ago, and Bill Haney responded, and he called Bernard Hopkins a cat burglar. So last night after the Virgil Ortiz fight, Bernard Hopkins came from behind and pushed Bill Haney and said, "Let's go to the bathroom." Bill Haney had a security with him and stuff, because I noticed the guy from the Regis Progress thing, and he just proceeded to talk. He called him a cat burglar, and said, when he was 23, he was in jail, and Devin Haney has his own company. He was world champion, and Bernard was in jail, and Bernard didn't get his first title till 30. And for the most part, Bernard Hopkins just started it off by taking Ryan Garcia's side, doing what a promoter do. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I got started. And Bill took up for his son, felt the need to take up for his son, and started taking personal shots at Bernard Hopkins. So then that's when, Bernard Hopkins, that's when he called, that's when Bernard Hopkins, he came back and said something. And then, at the end of the day, Bernard Hopkins say, come to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? And, at the end of the day, he's a professional fighter and all that type stuff. And, we already know you got the upper hand. But as a man, he called him a cat burglar. That shit was funny. He called him a cat burglar. All types of stuff. But I just feel like if people gonna say, well, he's making black people look bad, look ignorant, again, don't matter. As a black person, and I was saying this about what Crawford was saying, why he didn't want to engage into a lot of Jesus Christ. And and I felt him on that. To each his own. But they're gonna call you that. They're gonna call you that regardless. They're gonna call you that regardless. And that's one thing I do know. They're gonna call you that regardless. They're gonna say what they're gonna say behind your back about you. And that's one thing that I will say. So, but at the end of the day, that could have got real nasty down there. That could have got real nasty down there, man. That could have incited a riot. You know what I'm saying? And that was very immature, Bernard Hopkins. You know what I'm saying? That was very immature. But great for clicks, great for views, because the main event was trash, and they had to do something. They had to do something to boost the event up. Bernard Hopkins and Bill Haney turned it up. They had to do something. They had to do something to boost the event up, and they did. So that's what we can say. They boosted the event up, but when you be calling men out their names and calling them cat burglars and all that type of stuff, at the end of the day, Bernard Hopkins a man, Bill a man, he gonna feel a need to defend himself, but I just don't think that was the time or place. Had they seen each other and no cameras on, you think Bernard would have did that? Maybe he would have, maybe he wouldn't have. Maybe he would and maybe he wouldn't have. So a lot of people was waiting to hear what Bill Haney was gonna have to say with Ryan ducking too. And he basically just said Ryan asked the Mexican people at the fight was Ryan LaRaza, and they were saying he wasn't LaRaza and all this type of stuff. And ain't nobody take Ryan Garcia seriously. They don't. But at the same time, that was dangerous. All the reporters ringside, all the people ringside, it wasn't that much room to move around. Some could have got real nasty there, and Golden Boy could have faced a liability lawsuit if somebody would have got injured. And being ultimate opportunist today, most of these people gonna take an opportunity to come up. We all know it. So, in my opinion, I just feel like that was very dangerous by Bernard Hopkins to do that. Very dangerous. In that small confined area, but then again, to a certain extent, it didn't go left. So it was smart. It was smart. It took the spotlight off of a horrible stoppage. It took a spotlight off of a pedestrian main event, and they start, moving tickets. But all this goes back to him calling him a cat burglar. This go back to him calling him a cat burglar. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. So if you was wondering, Oscar De La Hoya was defending he was defending why Ryan Garcia shouldn't fight Devin Haney. And old boy chimed in. Bill Haney came in and he set the record straight. At the end of the day, we need the best fighting the best. That's just what we need. We need the best fighting the best. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what we need. We need the best fighting the best. And then Bernard Hopkins going out there and telling you why Ryan shouldn't fight him and this, that, and the third. Chicken talk. That's all it is chicken talk. You can't get mad at people who want to fight the best. And that's the problem with boxing. Y'all get mad and start hating on the guys that want to fight the best. Oh, he really don't want to fight. He really, man, dude, come on. But then y'all protect the guys who don't want to fight. That makes zero sense, in my opinion. That makes zero sense. Zero. But yeah, I mean, Bill Haney felt like he was disrespected. I mean, Bernard Hopkins felt like he was disrespected. And rightfully so. Man called him a cat burglar. Dog called him a cat burglar. I was crying when he said that. And Bernard can talk, but he can't out talk Bill Haney. He can't out talk Bill Haney. That boy said you a cat burglar. But yeah, nonetheless, man, it is what it is, man. Uh, I was crying when he said that shit. That boy Bill called him a cat burglar. He said you was in jail for being a cat burglar. I know Bernard wanted to drop the gloves right then and there, but hey, man, that could have got messy. That could have got ugly. Real talk, but it didn't, and it made views, and it put Bill and Devin back in the spotlight, and you know, so be it, man. So hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.